Good day, everyone. I am John Jesus, the Media Einstein. Today, I'll be solving many questions on logarithms. The first question here is: if log 64 base x raised to power 1 over 2 equals to 3, find the value of x. The first thing that you should ask yourself is, what's the first step you are taking? But if you should remember one of my laws, that I said that whenever we have something like this, I can bring it to the back. And bringing it to the back will become the inverse of this. An inverse of 1 over 2 is ordinary 2. It's like saying that 1 over 1 over 2. Remember, inverse means 1 over something. This is what we call inverse. So by the time we break this down, it will become 1 divided by 1 over 2, which is 1 over 1 times. And whenever we change division to times, this will come up, this will come down, which is 2 over 1, which is equals to 2. Now, going back to the questions, we can see that this 1 over 2 will become 2. So this 1 over 2 is coming up, becoming to log base x. This 64 is base 64 equals to 3. The next step is that we are bringing this to this place, and let me bring this to this place. Let's see, we have log x 64 raised to power 2 equals to 3. And if you can remember one of my laws that I said that in this law, I said that if n raised to power x equals to y, I can introduce log, and I said x equals to, like this one is coming down as x equals to log n this y. And if you should compare it to this one, like if you should reverse it back, you can see that here our x is n and our x here is 3. Our y here is 64 raised to power 2. So we can actually reverse it. Look, let me reverse this so that it won't look complicated. We can see that I reverse this back. So I'm going to compare. Now here it is 3 equals to log x 64 squared. So I can actually compare and say that my n here is the base, which is my x, so it will become x. My x here is the 3, which is 3 here, equals to 3, equals to my y here is this one, which is 64 squared. We can see how it goes like that. So the next thing is that we will find a way such that we will raise this guy to the power that it will have 3. Do we understand that it will have 3? And these two we can break these two down to 3. So we can find maybe 3 here. Let's see. So x cubed equals to this 64. 64 is actually 4 raised to power 3. 4 times 4 16, 16 times 4 64. So I can replace this 64 by 4 raised to power 3. So I can say 4 raised to power 3 all brackets these two, don't forget that. And after that, I can now say that I'm bringing these 3 out, I'm bringing these 2 in. It's still the same thing. 2 times 3 is 6, 3 times 2 is still 6, so it's still the same thing. So I will have x raised to power 3 equals to 4 raised to power 2 all brackets 3. I just swap them because we are multiplying, is still the same thing. So I can now say that this 3 will cancel this 3, or I should take the cube root of both sides. So we can now deduce that our x equals to 4 raised to power 2, which is equals to 16, because 4 raised to power 2 is 16. You can see how we solve it. Let's now go to our option. Our option is option B. So that is how you solve a question like this. Although you can solve it in different ways, but this is one of the ways that you can solve this question. This is the question, but this is another method that I want to treat now. Now we have log 64 base x raised to power 1 over 2 equals to 3. But how do we do it? Now what I can do is that I can change this 3 to 3 times 1. Like, I can say x raised to power 1 over 2 64 equals to 3 times 1. Remember, 3 times 1 is still 3. So I can now recall something. One of my laws that I gave you, if I don't check my law, go and check it. I said that whenever we have log a base a is always equals to 1, which means if this number is the same thing with the base, the answer will be 1. So how can I write this one such that this will cancel out? So I can say that my 1 is equals to log this base this. So let's go. So I can say log x 1 over 2 64 equals to 3 times this one will now change to log x raised to 1 over 2 x raised to 1 over 2 also. Remember, these become 1. It's still the same thing. So the next thing I will try is that I'm bringing this to the back, because I said that whenever we have log a c raised to power b is equals to, we are bringing this down, b log c base a. So I'm now reversing it, like I'm reversing this back because this is what is here. So I'm now bringing this to the top like this. So that's what I'm going to do in the next one. So this log 64 base 1 x raised to power 1 over 2 equals to, I'm bringing the 3 up, so it becomes x 1 over 2 x 1 over 2. These 3 will now come up, become the cube here. So I can now cancel these guys out. So we can cancel this guy out. So this 64 is now equals to this guy, but I'm multiplying this. 3 times 1 is 3, so it becomes 3 over 2. So I want my x to stay alone, but how can I do that? The only way I can do that is to take I should take both sides to the power of 2 over 3, such that 3 over 2 will cancel out, like 3 over 2 times 2 over 3 will become 1. So I can say that I should take 2 over 3 raised to power 2 over 3 into both sides. So 64 raised to power 2 over 3 is equals to x 3 over 2 raised to power 2 over 3. Remember, whenever you are bringing new thing inside logarithms, you must apply it to both sides. But here I did not bring new thing in. It is only one that I changed to this one. Do you understand? But here I'm bringing new thing in, which is 2 over 3. So I'm going to introduce it to both sides. That's why. So we have 64 raised to power 2 over 3 equals to x. This 3 we cancel 3. This 2 we cancel 2. So equals to x raised to power 1. So what are we going to do? This 2 over 3. This, according to indices, it means this over this base 1 will change to cube root of 64, and this square will become square. X raised to power 1 is still x. So I can say that x equals to cube root of 64 is 4, and square will be on top. Remember, cube root means what number can I multiply in 3 times to give us this 64. If it is fourth root, it means what number can I multiply 4 times to give me this number. For cube root, 3 times. If it is square root, ordinary this root, it means what number can I multiply 2 times to give you this number that is under it. But here is cube root, which is 4, and 4 raised to power 2 is this, and 4 raised to power 2 is simply 16, which is the same thing as the first answer I got. So anyway you choose to do it, just remember all the laws I've given you 1 to 7. If you haven't watched it, go and watch it now, because it will be helpful. So after that, you will get a lot of things. You'll be able to solve a lot, since you have the laws on your head. It will be easy for you to apply. Thank you. Like, subscribe and share.